Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Sam and Max Save the World. Well, we're here at the beginning of the end. It is now time for us to start Chapter 6. Or Episode 6 rather, but why quibble? Anyway, Episode 6, Bright Side of the Moon. What started out as a local mind control scheme has grown to global proportions, and Sam and Max are off to the moon to save the entire planet from a lifetime of hypnotic enslavement. But when chaos collides with their tranquility, have the freelance police finally met their match? I think not. But let's go ahead and start.
Which is why every citizen will find a complimentary government-issued aerosol can waiting in the mailbox. Get to spraying, America! Let's heat this mother up! This has been an announcement from the President of the United States. What gives, Sam? You missed your cue!
What? Oh, sorry, little buddy-in-chief. I'm still thinking about our last case. The internet said it was working for somebody named Roy G. Biv. Obviously a pseudonym, but for who? Or whom?
We're detectives, Sam, not mind readers. Hey, maybe we should ask Hugh Bliss.
Mind readers, that's it! No, that's not it.
By the way, have you seen my copy of Emetics, the Handbook for Multicolored Happiness by Hugh Bliss?
Colors? No. Think, Max, think.
Well, I know I had it this morning.
That's it. Morning. In the ancient tongue of the mud-worshipping Kapalahotep tribe of the Serengeti, our word morning means he who destroys the hypnotic Rainbow Man. That's the word he fears the most. So this Roy G. Biv is the one person we've met who's never said the word morning. And that means it's the Commissioner.
The Commissioner? I never did trust him.
No, Chowderhead. It's Hugh Bliss.
Never.
What? Oh, no, Commissioner. I didn't mean... Look, I need you to put out an APB on Hugh Bliss. Stat. By the Greek goddess Selene in a chariot with dual overhead cams and silver fox mud flaps. We're on our way. Let's go, Max. The Commissioner said that Hugh Bliss is currently staying at his exclusive prismatology retreat, the Blister of Tranquility.
Oh boy, I bet it's somewhere really cool and exotic, like a remote island in the South Pacific, or Des Moines.
Even farther, pal. We're going to the moon.
You really should have seen that giant face on the moon. But yeah, this is kind of funny given that one of the best of the classic freelance police comics was called Bad Day on the Moon. And I get the feeling we're about to have a bad day on the moon here, too. Incidentally, if you haven't read the comic Bad Day on the Moon, they also adapted it into an episode of the short-lived Sam and Max Freelance Police cartoon. Now available on DVD at all of your finer and not-so-finer implements, and ooh, colors! Alright, Episode 6, Bright Side of the Moon. Wait. Space. The final frontier. Well, crap.
Ah, feels good to be back on the moon, doesn't it?
We made good time, too. We've still got plenty of generic brand powdered orange flavored drink mix left.
You always did know how not to infringe on a registered trademark, little buddy.
What are we doing first, Sam?
Let's locate the Blister of Tranquility, find out what Hugh Bliss is up to, and arrest his unprincipled magical butt.
Is that a visitor center?
It is indeed. And in case you're wondering how we're able to walk around on the moon without, helmets or something that lets us breathe, well, it turns out that you don't really need a helmet up there. Sam and Max discovered this in the original comic.
How does it do that when there's no wind on the moon? Help me out with something.
Sure.
Never mind. What do you feel like doing once we wrap up this case?
Take a vacation! Seems like we've been working for the past 7 months straight.
My feet are killing me.
That may be, but we can't press charges unless we catch him in the act.
I miss the old days, when our cases were less thinking and more shooting stuff.
Luckily, my short-term memory makes me impervious to nostalgia.
Random but innocuous comment.
Irreverent reply that hints at mental instability.
You crack me up, little buddy. Never mind. It's a lunar lander.
So is my Aunt Tilly, but they can't prove anything.
It's a lunar lander. The door's locked. Hey, the keys are locked inside.
So many of us are like that.
Lunar lander. Lovely shirt.
Can I get one, Sam? Can I?
You don't wear shirts, Max.
I can still accumulate them, can't I?
It looks like cheap touristy crap is the same everywhere in the solar system.
Can we get some cheap touristy crap, Sam?
No. Junk. What kind of currency do they use on the moon?
Junkets.
How appropriate. Spellbinding. Useless. Cheap. Thrilling. Junk.
One moment, please. I'm supposed to frisk everybody when they leave. Just a formality.
We understand.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, well. Aren't you Teddy Bear?
Once upon a time, but no longer.
Who are you now?
I've gone back to being Harry Mole Man. Or should I say I've gone forward. Prismatology has helped me find a new me where the old one used to be.
Are you still a notorious criminal?
Or an obscure one, like Kevin Mitnick.
No, I've repostulated my lemma since Prismatology found me. It's the straight and narrow for Harry Mole Man from here on out.
You seem shorter than you used to.
I used to use that exoskeleton, but Prismatology has taught me that size doesn't matter. Color does. Harry Mole Man will never be sensitive about being diminutive again.
Or about referring to himself in the third person, apparently.
Didn't you explode?
Only in the spiritual sense. Prismatology helped me put Harry Mole Man back together again.
Looks like it may have left out a few pieces by mistake.
Well, I guess it's nice to see you again.
Actually, I'm still a little sore that he tried to get you to shoot me last time we saw him.
I'm channeling my saturation towards making amends for my past transgressions. Prismatology has taught me...
Yeah, we get it.
Which way to the blister of tranquility?
Enlightenment is the only way to reach the blister of tranquility.
How about we enlighten your skull a little? Would that work?
The blister is through that little box right over there.
Seen Hugh Bliss around here lately?
To see the master, I need only search my heart.
I meant see him in the traditional fashion.
No, he's usually in the blister these days.
See you later.
We've got important sightseeing to do.
Great!
Actually, we probably should ask.
So what are you doing here?
I monitor the visitors center and answer people's questions.
Security guard, huh?
Docent! I'm a docent!
What sights should we see while we're here on the moon?
Have you seen the lunar lander over there?
We passed by it, yes.
How about the blister of tranquility?
Nope.
Oh, well, goodness. You should definitely see that.
See you later.
Great!
Oh, look, there's a slightly beat-up robotic exoskeleton in the trash.
The past is only useful as fertilizer for the future. Hugh Bliss said that.
Can we take it?
It's pretty skanky. I think I'll just leave it alone forever.
Aw, but I want a mechanical exosuit.
I think that's a satellite. What's with the chart?
I bet it shows how Justin Timberlake is descended from the moon people.
This chart outlines Hugh Bliss's ingenious master plan to hypnotize everyone on Earth through connections with the U.S. government, the internet, and the toy mafia.
Well, I was close.
Weren't you in charge of the toy mafia?
You're right, I was. I wonder why I didn't know anything about this at the time.
So we've got Hugh Bliss behind Prismatology and the Veil of Secrecy, and then Roy G. Biv controlling the internet. Prismatology going to Chuckles, who controls the toy mafia and the president, and the U.S. government. Then the toy mafia controls Myra, which then controls the public.
What's supposed to go here?
These hypnotic goggles were an early prototype of the hypnobeam technology currently being used to further the worldwide goals of prismatology.
Wow! Invisible goggles!
The goggles were stolen a few months ago. Honestly, some people will take anything that's not bolted to the floor.
Yeah, that's a subtle hint. Speaking of which, what do we got? Just the big gun.
What's this?
Looks like a bent spoon with some peanut butter on it.
The power to bend and rebend spoons, stored within this completely indestructible magical talisman, was among the first mental abilities to be developed and popularized by Hugh Bliss.
Big deal. I can bend spoons with my bare hands. One question. Would it work on wrenches?
Yeah, a wrench is close enough.
Interesting.
You made me forget where I was. Let's see, indestructible magical talisman. Oh yeah! The virtually indestructible display case is a triumph of modern prismatological science.
Virtually indestructible?
Extensive testing has been done on the case, showing it to be impervious to bullets, acid, high falls, crushing force, sonic weaponry, diamond-tipped drills, hurricanes, poisons, cynicism, and liquid nitrogen. Don't touch it. You might break it.
Oops, it's not held down very securely.
Of course, we can't carry that out of here because he'll frisk us, but I'm willing to bet we might just be able to get Max to do something with it.
I'll need to get the case off it first. It's got a magic spoon-bending thingy trapped inside it. That's where the spoon-bending talisman thingy is supposed to go. Apparently, Hugh Bliss was using hypnotic teddy bears, a hypnotic computer game, a hypnotic presidential dummy, and a host of minions to implement his dastardly plan.
Apparently, we could have come up to the moon and read all about it, at any time.
According to this, Bliss had his prism flunky, Chuckles, infiltrate the toy mafia and the Secret Service in order to provide avenues for the use of his dastardly hypnosis technology. Simultaneously, as Roy G. Biv, he influenced the internet to create Reality 2.0.
I wonder what he does for an encore.
Apparently, Hugh Bliss was using
Apparently?
What did the guy look like who took the goggles off this display?
I don't know. I didn't work here then.
That's where the spoon-bending talisman thingy is supposed to go. These look oddly familiar.
Yeah, that'd be another shout out to the snow globes from the Mystery Vortex and the original Sam and Max Hit the Road.
Help me out with something.
Sure.
I can't exactly say why, but I feel a strange urge to take that display case from the visitor center.
In that case, you'd better bone up on your smuggling techniques.
Help me out with something.
Sure.
I'm not sure how to use this spoon-bending thingy we got.
I'd start by taking it out of the display case.
Help me out with something.
Sure.
I yearn to blast off in that lunar lander, but the keys are locked inside.
Does AAA service extend to the moon?
Somehow I doubt it. Never mind. It's got a magic spoon-bending thingy trapped inside it. Here, Max, hold this. I meant in your hands, but whatever.
One moment, please. Okay, go ahead.
And speaking of familiar faces, whoop.
Picnickers, please do not use craters for waste disposal.
Whoops!
Yeah, we'll check this out before we go talk to Super Ball.
Only you can prevent moon fires. Dust preservation area. Please stay on marked paths. Buzz, we got tired of waiting, so we went on without you. Meet you back at the orbiter. Warning, wild lunar yaks have been sighted in this area. If you encounter a wild lunar yak, try to make yourself look large, then shriek like a schoolgirl and hightail it for the hills. No parking between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Warning, wild lunar yaks have been sighted in this area. If you Buzz, we got tired of waiting. Only you. Picnickers, please.
Whoops!
No parking between. Dust preservation. Buzz, we got time.
Alright.
Hey, Small Worlds. It's our favorite cabinet secretary and Secret Service man, Agent Superball.
Favorite? That'd be like choosing a favorite child, Sam. I love them all.
Didn't I see you last week beating the Secretary of Defense over the head with his own war agenda?
Granted, it's a tough love.
Greetings, newcomers. Blessed be.
You're studying this prismatology too?
Not studying. I've mastered it.
You mastered prismatology by standing in front of a door?
I am one with the door. We exist in the indigo wavelength of reality. The door is an illusion.
So let me guess. You're guarding the door to this retreat.
Affirmative. I have a passion for it, sir. And Hugh Bliss believed in my door guarding abilities when no one else would.
Great story, great story. Okay, let us in.
Negative. Only level red prismatologists may enter Hugh Bliss's magical paradise.
What's a level red prismatologist? Because I'm pretty sure I am one.
Level red is apex of prismatology, sir. You'd have to undergo spectrum analysis to determine your current level.
Spectrum analysis. Is that where you lie perfectly still in a lead coffin while brightly colored cotton swabs are inserted into various orifices?
No, sir. We gave that up in '87. It's much simpler now.
This prismatology nonsense really works for you?
That's right. Happiest I've ever been. Hugh Bliss is great. I'm sorry. I'm gushing.
President Max requires an audience with Hugh Bliss.
I can't let just anyone into the retreat. Orders?
Well, as your president, here's your new order. Move it!
I'm now a citizen of Bliss, sir. I can't let you in.
What about loyalty to your president? Let us in.
Hugh Bliss showed me the folly of independent nations. Plus the benefits are better. Full medical and dental.
Yep, we're level red. Let us in.
I'm sure you're mistaken, but we'll run the spectrum analysis anyway. Take this.
A unicorn?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Rub it, sir.
Rub it, Sam.
Harder. I'm sorry, sir. The unicorn says you're yellow.
No one calls us yeller. Draw, partner.
Level yellow is frankly rather pathetic, sir. Only level reds may enter the retreat. Regulations. However, Hugh Bliss would like you to keep the unicorn as a token of his love. Rub it often to measure your progress towards true bliss.
Oh boy, a pet unicorn! I shall call him Horny.
You do that. How does that unicorn work anyway?
By magic, sir.
Right. Either that or it's just a glorified mood ring that reacts to body heat.
A mood horn.
You're not a believer, sir. I could never explain it to you.
Forget the mood horn. Let us in.
Not until you're level red, sir.
Alright.
So long, Superball.
So with that hint dropped, I think it's time we head home and annoy the folks we love. Well, the folks we tolerate anyway.
Where are we headed now, Sam?
Terra Firma.
And in case you're wondering how the heck the DeSoto is able to fly through space, it's just a game. You should really just relax. And I think we've got just enough time to check out Sybil's, but, you know, let's check out...
Liver and onions have been
Street
headed towards
first.
a nasty breakup for years.
Okay, so now they're boxing instead of performing.
Could I have that display case you ate?
Can you wait 12 to 72 hours?
I'd rather not. What do you feel like doing once we wrap up this case?
Take a vacation!
Help me out with something.
Sure.
The unicorn won't turn red.
I'm not sure how to get this unicorn to turn red.
If embarrassment doesn't work, I'd try heat.
Never mind.
Yeah, they're being more overt with the hints this time around.
Lefty's is empty again.
Except for the lingering stench, of course.
Sunday at the Terror Dome. Big Spanky Devlin makes a death-defying leap over 12 flaming school buses filled with robotic sharks. He beat your record, Max.
Yeah, but he uses a motorcycle.
Lost cat. Musty.
Sybil has the worst luck with pets.
She's behind that desk all day. She never gets a chance to walk 'em. Toast, the musical.
I heard Keanu Reeves was good in that.
You know, I really believed he was a toast. Impeach President Max. U.S. out of the Dakotas. Secret serve ice cream? I don't think that's fooling anyone.
Ooh, ice cream? I want some!
We should take public transportation more often, Max.
Somehow, we always get a train to ourselves.
So yeah, we got the nice dusk view of the street this time around.
Since Max and I never pay for parking anyway, those things just get in the way. That's where Max has been filing all the reports he gets from the EPA.
And nothing at the bookstore this time.
Hi, Jimmy. Up to no good as usual, I see.
Back off, Fuzz. Get your own meter.
I think we already did. The city made us pay for that one when we bent it.
What do you mean we, White Rabbit? Since Max and I never pay for parking anyway, that meter's been out of order for years.
Just 'cause it ain't working, that don't mean people don't put money in it.
It's like an HMO.
Give it up, Jimmy.
Not a chance.
Let's check the newspaper boxes.
President and assistant destroy internet. Assistant? Reality 2.0, up-and-coming new internet sensation.
The newspapers are always a little behind in their technology coverage.
Hugh Bliss, best person of the millennium or just the century? Sounds like a fair and balanced expose. President and assistant destroy internet. Assistant? Reality 2.0, up-and-coming new internet sensation.
The newspapers are always a little behind in their...
Every time I look at that, I feel an accident coming on. Well, I'll be. The gumball machine actually contains gumballs.
And then last, we still can't go to Stinky's Diner. But if you look closely at the newspaper box here, it says, new study links full moon to hypnotism. And it actually does have the headline, President and Assistant Destroy the Internet. I don't think we have enough time to go into Bosco's just yet. But we can go into our office and probably explore that quickly enough.
Yo, Jimmy, this is Benny Threenies from Researches and Developments. The boys in the lab says they ain't got nothing that'll get rid of a dog and a bunny all quick and subtle like. Best use can do is rig the answering machine to shock 'em when they play the Thoid message.
Huh.
Hello, Mr. President. The Prime Minister of Peepansistan has announced that you have once again dishonored his country, and he demands satisfaction. He'll be waiting, pistol drawn, in the usual place.
Hello, Sam? This is Sybil. I think I'm Prego, and you're the responsible party, see?
Sybil must have a cold or something.
No kidding. Did she say she thought she was a jar of spaghetti sauce?
Yo, Jimmy, this is Benny. The boys in the... Best you...
Hello, Wanda? Sell.
I didn't know you had a stockbroker.
That's the Sunflower Scout troop I'm sponsoring. Little loafers don't appreciate the gravity of cookie season. I saw what you did. Keep the payments coming and nobody has to find out. Yeah, okay. Love you too, Mom. Hello, Wanda?
I didn't know...
That's the... It's the President's sophisticated budget allocation system. The moon was a lot nicer when it was still hard to get to. Just me, Max, and the Speed Pickle. Looks like the donut mold civilization left us for parts unknown.
I hope it's Alpha Centauri. And look, they left a bear claw.
The street seems quiet. Too quiet. Roadkill for the month? The endangered Point Arena mountain beaver. Just yards away from a wildlife preserve. Better luck next time, little guy.
What color is your favorite dream?
Page 24.
Here's an oldie but a goodie. How many licks does it take to get to the center of your true bliss?
Page 325. Emetics by Hugh Bliss. Read it today.
Who can turn the world on with a smile?
Page 521.
Does this look infected to you?
Pages 48 through 131. Emetics by Hugh Bliss. Read it today.
What color is your favorite dream?
Page 20.
Here's an old...
Page 3. Emetics.
Sam, without that, we can't watch Colonel Mudshank's monkey party tonight. They were gonna vote somebody out of the monkey house.
It's for the good of the planet. And besides, you had Colonel Mudshanks exiled for treason, remember? President Max thought the desk in the Oval Office was too showy. We had to clean out the cabinet to make room for Max's impeachment files. I don't even want to look at that case again. The first thing Max and I ever bought together. Well, that wasn't loaded anyway. Well, what do you know? The crucial piece of evidence in the Hudson River Merman Strangler case. I'll have to remember to file that once we're done with this case. Anybody home? Guess not. Did you remember to feed Leonard today, Max?
Sure.
Let me rephrase that. What have you been feeding him?
You know, bits of string, leftover screws, random scraps of paper I find lying around the office. This morning I fed him something that said, "Deed to the United States of America." It looked tasty.
One of these days I've got to remember to clip those nails. The virtual reality goggles we used to destroy the internet.
Now all those poor bloggers have to stand on street corners telling passing strangers what TV shows they like to watch.
The fro behind Brady Culture's unfashionable hypnosis plot. Sure, he was a wooden puppet designed to hypnotically enslave the world's populace, but he still seemed like he'd be fun to have a beer with. The bear that terrorized a TV station. File cabinet or feng shui nightmare? When this case is over, we should start a more fashion-forward news collection.
And our fish tank is gone. And the fish with it. Alright, well, with that festive mood lighting established, we'll go ahead and close this chapter out, and next time, we'll start exploring the neighborhood and annoying Bosco and Sybil some more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.